Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanan Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhakta Bandhavam Gauramanu Purnam Radha Dasyam Pradayakam Rupanugacharya Varyamurupa Manjari Preshtakam Patita Pavana Bandhavam Yugacharya Narayanam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Tuise Namaha Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Ismera Hasar Murali Manohara Radhikara Shikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Brindai Tulasi Devyai Priyai Keshavascha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradatamma Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Ashtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev, and also to my most worshipable Shiksha and Sannyasa Guru Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Ashtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Shri Rupa and Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most humble obeisances. So, today we are very fortunate to be here, assembled for the glorification of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, for the occasion of his disappearance day, and by causeless mercy of Srila Gurudev and all our Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to be together and hearing so many different glorifications from different Vaishnavas, and this is a matter of very great fortune of all of us. So today we remember the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, how he has presented to the world in a very unique way the glories of Srila Rupa Goswami. Without Srila Gurudev, we would never be able to understand and realize the glories of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. And especially how Srila Gurudev himself, he used to arrange for the 3 days festival in Vrindavan, inviting so many different Vaishnavas from different temples and mats to glorify Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. So Srila Gurudev's attachment and Srila Gurudev's dedication to the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, this is unprecedented. We have never seen other Acharya giving so much emphasis and so much space and room for this open discussion about Srila Rupa Goswami's glories. So therefore, only by causeless mercy of Srila Gurudev, we can really be here and be able to relish all this very deep Siddhanta and very deep significance of the teachings and the moods of Srila Rupa Goswami. Because Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he was the Adi Kavi, means he was the original poet. In the book The Secrets of Bhagavatam, Srila Gurudev, he explains very clear that in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 5 different ways that you can understand or interpret that verse. And one of them, it is related to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in that context, Srila Rupa Goswami, he is compared to the Adi Kavi. So just like when Sri Brahma, he was invested with the potency of Krishna in his heart to be able to create and manifest all the material universes. Srila Rupa Goswami, he was also invested with the potency of Krishna and especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be able to accomplish his mission and especially to reveal and manifest the universe-like heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, in this way, Srila Kavi Karnapur, he explains in his book Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak that actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he entered in the heart of Srila Rupa Goswami. And Srila Rupa Goswami, he is the personification of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic symptoms. So, this is very significant. Actually, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, we know that his position in the spiritual world is as a Rupa Manjari. And the Rupa means the form. And that form is the beauty of Srimati Radhika. And we know that Srimati Radhika, she is the embodiment of Mahabhav. So her whole features are actually expressions of Mahabhav. So in this way, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he is that very embodiment of these ecstatic transformations of Srimati Radhika. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is none other than Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radhika. And he is golden. So he has the form. And he has the hue, the bodily complexion of Srimati Radhika. And the Rupa is like him. So therefore, Srila Kavi Karnapur, he gives this very, very beautiful treasure-like information to us, saying that Rupa Goswami is the very embodiment of Mahaprabhu's transcendental ecstasy, all his ecstatic symptoms. So this is nothing like that we can actually realize so easily, of course. But when we hear such things from our acharyas, when by their mercy these things comes in our mind, then actually it becomes at least knowable to us. We can understand and realize, not realize, but we can at least understand what does it mean and what is the real position of Rupa and how Rupa is so important and how he is so special, right? So in this way, Rupa, he was able to perform Manobishta Seva. That's why he was also so special. Not because he is the manifestation, but because he also served. And service is very important. Service is the most important thing. Therefore, Rupa Goswami, he served Mahaprabhu's Manobishtam. He served Mahaprabhu's innermost desires. And therefore, he was the one who did the highest seva. Those who do Manobishtam Seva, they are the highest sevakas. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad is the highest one, because he served Mahaprabhu's Manobishtam. There are so many different types of services that we can do. But actually, if we do Manobishta Seva, then this is most pleasant. So, for example, if you serve the Manobishta of Srila Gurudev, then that will be definitely much more pleasant to him than if you do any other types of services. So in this way, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he performed this very special service. That was Manobishta Seva of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he explained, Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Vistapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So if Srila Rupa Goswami Pad did not appear in this world no one could actually understand the inner moods of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Rupa Goswami Pad, he was the one who was able to actually open the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He completely opened the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Mahaprabhu, he understood that, he even gave a slap in Rupa Goswami. Because he said, hey Rupa, how do you know my heart? Look, my heart is something which is very confidential. You can't be speaking like that. That was in Jagannath Puri. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he found that verse that Rupa Goswami, he composed, revealing Mahaprabhu's inner moods during the Rath Yatra. And so at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became so much overwhelmed by ecstatic emotions when he realized how Rupa could really understand what was his mood. And therefore, when Rupa came from his bath in the ocean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he looked at him and said and asked, how could you write these things? How do you know my heart? And then he gives one slap, type of very affectionate slap. And then he tells to Srila Rupa Goswami, this is very confidential. This is very confidential. And then Mahaprabhu hands over that verse to Swarup Damodar and asks him to check. So then Swarup Damodar, he looked and he confirmed, yes, he definitely knows your heart. And then he says, it's only because you have given so much mercy to him. You have given your whole mercy to him. Therefore, he was able to realize your heart. Otherwise, it's not possible. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, yes, actually I gave all my mercy to Rupa Goswami Pad. When I met him in Prayag, for 10 days, I bestow upon him all my transcendental Shakti, all my power I gave to Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. And then he was able to manifest and to realize all these confidential feelings that I have inside of myself. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was completely supported not only by Mahaprabhu but by all his associates. At that time in Puri, Mahaprabhu, he asked to Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he asked to Nityananda Prabhu and to Swarup Damodar, say you should bestow all your mercy to Rupa Goswami. Advaita Acharya also was there, Haridas Thakur, so many different associates. Sarabhama Bhattacharya was there also. And then all of them gave so much affection, so much love to Rupa Goswami. One by one, they embraced Rupa Goswami. One by one, they gave their mercy and their blessings because Mahaprabhu gave this special request to him. And Mahaprabhu, he said, I want him to become the most powerful. So therefore, all of you should give so much mercy to him that he will be able to accomplish all this beautiful service that I want him to accomplish. So in this way, it was completely unparalleled, the mercy that Mahaprabhu gave to Rupa Goswami. Mahaprabhu did not give such type of treatment to any other associate. It was completely unique only for Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. So in this way, we can try to also take the feet dust of those acharyas who can actually glorify Srila Rupa Goswami. Like, who am I? I am nobody. I am not qualified. I cannot really glorify Srila Rupa Goswami. I cannot really glorify anyone. But at least we have to take the remnants from them. So just like Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, he is the Prayojana Acharya. And he is known as the topmost Rupanuga Acharya. Because Raghunath, he is in directly line of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. Srila Gurudev, he always used to sing one very beautiful song, Gauranga Bolite Hobe Pulaka Sharir. That is saying, Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoi Beakuti Kobe Hama Bujabose Jugala Piriti. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Rahu Morayash Tahara Pratana Koro Narotamadas. Means without the mercy of Rupa and Raghunath, we can not serve Sri Radha and Krishna. It's impossible. So therefore, in order to understand Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, we have to go to Raghunatha Das Goswami. If we don't go to Raghunath Das Goswami, we can never understand Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. So in this way, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he was the one who was actually revealing the moods of Rupa Goswami. Like Rupa Goswami, he reveals the moods of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Raghunath Das, he reveals the moods of Rupa Goswami Pad. So therefore, Raghunath Das is most important for us. So like in Vilapa Kusumanjali, Srila Raghunath Das, he is speaking a very beautiful verse in which he is revealing his abhilash, his desire for serving under the guidance of Rupa Manjari. And what he's saying? Shri Rupa Manjari Karachitta Pada Padma Gushtendra Nandana Bujarpita Mastakaya Hamodata Karaka Gauri Padara Vindam Samvahanani Sanakes Tava Kim Karisye. He's saying that when Radharani, she will be lying on Krishna's lap, and Krishna, he will be caressing Radharani's head, and then the lotus feet of Radharani will be on Rupa Manjari's hand, and Rupa Manjari, she will be massaging the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. Then at that time, Raghunath Das, he will look at Rupa Goswami, and he will, through his eyes, he will ask, "Oh, can you give me this Mahaprasadam? Can you let me massage the lotus feet of Radharani? Because you do that so many times. You are the guardian of Radharani's lotus feet. So please let me do also a little bit of service." So in this way, Rupa Goswami, he will indicate through his eyes that Raghunath, he should come. In the case Rati Manjari, she should come and also take and massage the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. So in this way, Raghunath Das, he is the one who can really glorify Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. He is the one who is directly giving to us this lobha, this greed to also serve in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, of Sri Rupa Manjari. So in this way, without understanding Raghunath Das, it's impossible to come close to Rupa Goswami Pad. His moods are all being also revealed by Raghunath Das Goswami. So in this way, Raghunath, he's saying, I'm not like Prahlada Maharaj. Prahlada Maharaj, he is a very selfless devotee. He did not want to ask any benediction from Nrsimhadeva. But I am very selfish. I want some benedictions from Rupa Manjari. I want some benedictions from Srimati Radhika. I want that I should be able to serve. And then he is saying, Padabhyayostava vinavara dasyameva nanyat kadapi samaye kila devyache sakyayate mama namostu namostu nityam dasayate mama rasostu rasostu satyam. He's saying that I pay my obeisances to the lotus feet of the Sakhis, the friends of Srimati Radhika, time and again. But I don't want to serve like them. I just want to be the servant of the servant of the servant of the Manjaris, like Rupa Manjari. And I just want to become a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. So in this way, in the line of Sri Rupa and Raghunath, then we can really understand how we can perform our bhajan. That is the only way to understand even the mood of our Srila Gurudev. Otherwise, what is there for us? That we actually don't have any other reference. So in this way, we are now also performing this Julan Yatra, these very beautiful swing pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And in connection to that, we can also describe one pastime of Srila Rupa Goswami and Julan Yatra at the same time. Once in Radha Kunda, Srila Sanatana Goswami Pada, he came to visit Rupa Goswami and Raghunatha Das Goswami, who was there doing bhajan in Radha Kunda. Then Srila Sanatana Goswami Pada, he sit there, they offered him pranam, gave him asan to sit, and they begin to talk different subjects, Harikatha, etc. And then Srila Rupa Goswami, he wrote one book. This is called Chatu Puspanjali. And this book is glorifying Srimati Radhika. And then he showed to Sanatana Goswami Pad. And then Srila Sanatana Goswami, he was reading the book verse by verse. And then when he came across one verse which was describing one pastime of Radharani playing on the swing with her friends. And then Radharani, she was swinging like back and forth. And she had her hair made into braids. And she had two very long braids. And as she was swinging very, very high, the braids, they were flying behind. And then Srila Rupa Goswami, he writes that Radharani's braids were just like two black snakes. And when Sanatana Goswami Pad, he read that, he felt, oh, this is not a proper comparison. This is not a proper way. How Radharani's braids can be compared to a black snake. But he kept that with him. He didn't say anything anyway. So later, he left the Rupa and Raghunath, and then he went to take bath in Radha Kunda. So when he was taking bath in Radha Kund, he was paying his obeisances to Radha Kund, and he was offering pranam to Radha Kund. So then, in meanwhile, he looked and he saw a little far away that few girls and boys, they were playing in one swing which was hanging from one tree. And then as he looked it properly, the girl which was swinging in that swing looks like there was two black snakes coming in her head through the ropes of the swing, from the tree coming down to the girl. And then Srila Sanatana Goswami, he became scared and he began to shout, trying to tell the girls what was happening. But no one could hear him. And then he begins to run towards those girls. And then as he approached, he saw that actually that girl was Srimati Radhika, and that was not a snake, that was actually Radha's braids, which were flying just like black snakes. So at that time he realized that what Rupa Goswami wrote in that verse was totally correct. And then he thought to himself, oh, Rupa, he is definitely like the best poet. Otherwise, no one could write such things like that. So in this way, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he had an unprecedented, unprecedented and unparalleled manifestation of spiritual reality in this material world. And especially because he was the revealer of Mahaprabhu's innermost desire. And what was that? That was what he wrote in the book Vidagdha Madhav. The introductory verse of Vidagdha Madhav. Anarpita charin chirat karunaya vatirna kalo samarpaitu munatto jalarasam swa bhakti shriyam hari purata sundara duti kadamba sandipita sadari doya kandare spuratova shachinandanaha. So Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he's saying that after a long, long time, it was something which was not given before. Now Mahaprabhu has decided to give. And that Mahaprabhu, he is appearing very beautifully, just like the moon is rising from the ocean. Mahaprabhu, he born from the womb of Shachimata. And what Mahaprabhu wants to give, and that is very important to really understand. And Srila Gurudev, he makes us understand that very clear. So what the verse says? The verse says, Unatto jalarasa sam bhakti shriyam. Unatto jalarasa. What is that Unatto jalarasa? This is the very mood of Srimati Radhika. This Unatto jalarasa, this is the special mood. This is also Parakya rasa. That is the very mood of Srimati Radhika. So, Unatto jalarasa swa bhakti shriyam. That bhakti towards that Unatto jalarasa means that Shri. And that Shri means the beauty. And that beauty is in the form. So who is the form? That is Rupa. So what Mahaprabhu actually he wants to give is a Rupa Manjari. This is Rupa Goswami to us. Then we can become a Rupa Anuga. It's not, if we say that this is only Manjari Bhav, this is not enough. It is not enough to say he's giving Manjari Bhav because there are so many types of Manjaris. But why he's using this Shri? Because this is related to Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. So he's giving to us Rupa Manjari specifically, nothing else. He's giving us Rupa Anuga Bhajan. Otherwise, it could be a very general thing. But they don't speak in general way. They may speak in hidden way, not in direct way, but they don't speak in general way. So Srila Gurudeva, he very beautifully he describes and he gives us this very, very secret, like very, very hidden understanding of the moods of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. So in this way, today we are very fortunate. I am not taking too long. There are so many other speakers there, and there are so many unlimited glories of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. So today I pray, I bow down to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev and to Srila Rupa Goswami Pad and to all the Vaishnavas who are in the same line of this Rupa Nuga Bhajan, and I pray for their causeless mercy. And so one day we can also realize and we can perform some services to them. Okay? Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarvyasya kripa sindhubhe vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Lo Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai, Sachinandana Gaur Hari ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.